Welcome back, everybody. This is the review of Unit 8. The plan is to dilute the water so that unfiltered isotopes no longer exist in hazardous quantities, although most of us would prefer not to be exposed to any hazardous materials or carcinogens at all.
Dilute.
Dilute.
Isotope.
Isotope.
Carcinogen.
Carcinogen. Critics of the plan say that what we should do is find a way to continue storing the water for now until technology has advanced enough so that we can treat the water and get rid of the hazardous materials in it completely. Although this sounds like a preferable plan, it is clearly easier said than done.
Hazardous.
Hazardous.
Now, this is a worrisome problem. However, you might not need to run out and stock up on bottled water or canned fish anytime soon. And of course, this issue has the potential to affect many people's lives, so it'll be worth keeping an eye on in the near future.
What is the worst natural disaster that your country has suffered in recent years?
I haven't been in the US for about 5 years, but there are hurricanes and there are fires, and I can't think of the worst one recently. But
I feel like the forest fires in California were pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
That's the one that comes to mind for me because there were so many like animals and whatnot that were killed because of that. So I would go with the forest fires. In my country has very mild weather for the most part, so we don't really have too many ecological disasters. But we do occasionally have bad floods. Sometimes towns are underwater and that kind of thing. You know, no one really dies. It's pretty rare that it's that bad, but you know, so some people have to walk around in beach shorts for a day and a half, which is not very pleasant if you're British. So
we have hurricanes in the southern part of the United States, on the eastern coast or southeastern part, between like Texas and Florida. So. Once when I was in high school, a really big hurricane came. Of course, people in the world know Hurricane Katrina that happened in Louisiana. It was very devastating. My house is about 7 hours from there, so we weren't affected. But the next year or a few months later, Hurricane Rita happened, and that one knocked out the electricity and power and caused an evacuation in a large area. So my family and I drove for what would usually take an hour and a half to 2 hours. We were on that stretch for 10 hours.
Wow.
And it was a pretty crazy thing. I was out of school for 3 weeks without electricity. So.
Well, that's going to do it for Unit 8. Thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye.